Oh, what is this hair doing? My hair is going through that flip phase right now. It's not looking cute. Look at that. So I'm gonna go like this. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're brand new. Today I'm gonna be giving you a kind of different video that I have been wanting to make for a while. I'm gonna be sharing with you the story of what happened when I abruptly quit caffeine cold turkey for 30 days. I have been addicted to caffeine, specifically coffee, since I was 18 years old. Since then, I have not gone a day without at least 1 cup of coffee. Most recently, I've been pretty good and I've been cutting it down to 1, but for the majority, it's been 1 to 2, sometimes 3. And it's a routine that I never questioned. I mean, most people drink coffee. I think statistically it's around 90% of people, at least in North America, that drink coffee every day. It's just something that everyone does. It's something that I've never thought to give up until I think it was just before my birthday. I ran out of my coffee and I was having a really busy day. I think I was doing schoolwork or I had a deadline due or something, but I was really busy and I was like, I can't afford to go to the corner store right now and grab some more coffee. I'm gonna just drink some black tea instead because that has caffeine in it. You would think that black tea would be okay, but I was wrong. I had like a wave of symptoms around midday. I had a head-splitting migraine that was just so intolerable. I couldn't even focus on anything. I couldn't focus on my work. My nose was running and my body was just feeling really weak and it felt like I was getting the flu. That was the first time I've ever experienced any withdrawal symptoms from coffee because like I said, I've never gone a day without having it. So I ran to the corner store because I was like, I'm not gonna get any work done. Grabbed some instant coffee, ran back home, made myself a cup of coffee, and within like half an hour, all of my symptoms were gone. And that was alarming for me because I used to be addicted to cigarettes. I don't know if you ever knew that about me, but when I think it was 17, I started smoking cigarettes, and then when I hit 18, I started smoking like half a pack a day, and that was not good. And that lasted until I think I was 20 or 21. I don't remember. I remember the first time that I experienced withdrawal symptoms from nicotine was when I got my wisdom teeth taken out. I just had this wave of withdrawal symptoms and I was like, I cannot smoke cigarettes anymore. I don't want to be addicted to anything. Obviously, smoking cigarettes, you're going to be addicted, but I didn't correlate that for some reason in my teenage brain. Because when you're addicted to things, you don't think you're addicted to them. The symptoms that I experienced with caffeine was sort of similar to my symptoms that I first had with nicotine. Now, I'm not comparing caffeine with nicotine. The nicotine was a little bit crazier. But with the caffeine, it made me question, why is my body reacting like this to something that seems so harmless when my body was reacting like that was something that was really harmful? So that was when I first started to question my daily coffee drinking. I started to do some Google deep dives, and the more I read about coffee and the effects on the body and whether it's good or bad for you and why it causes these withdrawal symptoms, the more confused that I got because there was a lot of contradicting evidence, which I don't think many people are aware of. Caffeine, whether that's in chocolate, coffee, Monster's energy drinks, whatever, alters your brain chemistry. It mimics adenosine, which is the neurotransmitter that makes you feel tired. What coffee or caffeine does is it blocks the adenosine receptors in your brain and it prevents you from feeling tired when your body would naturally feel so. It increases your stress hormones. It decreases the amount of blood that goes to your brain. So that's why when you quit caffeine, you just get these intense headaches because all of the blood that was not there is now rushing to your brain, which is kind of weird. You think that less blood in the brain would make you dumber and less focused. But you know that headache and you know that tiredness and that grogginess you feel in the morning? That's already caffeine withdrawal acting on you if you're codependent on it or addicted to it. Yeah, so it changes your actual brain chemistry. Not only that, I didn't know that caffeine is similar to cocaine. It's a stimulant. It increases dopamine in your brain by reducing, I think, the brain's ability to absorb it. I don't know. It's on a smaller scale, of course, or else caffeine would be illegal. I've always been told that coffee is good for your brain, and it has benefits like preventing Alzheimer's or decreasing your risk of diabetes. What else? I heard somewhere it just increases your life expectancy. I did some research after I made this video, and I found out it's because coffee has antioxidants. It could be good for your heart health, and apparently it's been linked to prevention of some cancers. However, there's conflicting studies that go against the, I guess, general knowledge or consensus about coffee. So one of them is people who drink more coffee have decreased brain volume as well as gray matter volume and an increased risk of dementia. So that completely goes against. Even though these studies, both good and bad, found correlations, it's really difficult to say whether or not it's the coffee and caffeine causing it, because there's so many other factors that could influence whether or not a person drinks coffee and how much. And also there's a lot of critiques over how these studies are conducted. But I'm not going to go into that, don't worry. If you're interested, I'll link it down below. I really recommend to read it because it'll give you an insight into the issues with science at the moment and how it's communicated to the public. And during my Google deep dive, I found that there were people that noticed really good results with quitting caffeine. So things like decreased anxiety, because apparently coffee can increase your risk of anxiety, which I definitely do have. I don't need a diagnosis for it. I know I'm an anxious person. And also for aging, it decreases collagen production, which is the thing that helps with elasticity of your skin, keeps it young. So drinking coffee suppresses the ability for your body to make collagen. Just like a bunch of things for why I wanted to try to quit. Now onto the journey. So I abruptly just stopped drinking it cold turkey. So that morning, on the first day, I woke up that morning and I had a light headache like I normally do. But instead of reaching for a coffee, I instead grabbed a herbal tea. The herbal tea like chamomile, peppermint, things of that nature, they don't have any caffeine naturally. Oh, it smells really good. It just doesn't hit like coffee though, I'm not gonna lie. Like there's no, damn. This is really good though. So I woke up, I had a headache, and after my herbal tea, I still had a headache. This headache was not going away. I started to do some, I think it was schoolwork or editing, I don't really remember. But about 2 o'clock, my headache became so bad that I had to lay down. I was so exhausted and I just felt this constant, it was like, I can't describe it. It's like, it feels like there's this weight on your head and it's constantly pushing down and pushing down. And the only thing that I felt I could do was sleep. So I took a nap for about 2 hours, woke up and my headache was even worse. I had dinner, I put Carl to bed, and I went to bed really early that night. But what was really nice was that night I just fell asleep like that. I slept like a baby, fell asleep, and I was completely out until the morning. Then the next day, I woke up with a headache. It wasn't any better than the day before. It was just really bad, constant. Another symptom that I found interesting was I had increased hunger. And I didn't realize that until I looked it up, but caffeine reduces your appetite. So people say when you quit caffeine, you can gain weight because you'll eat more food, which I didn't know about. So I just honored my body and I just ate when I was hungry. So I went to sleep, slept like a baby again. Like, it was probably, I'd say the first 2 weeks of quitting caffeine, I had the best sleeps that I've had in years. Usually when I lay down, I'm awake for like an hour, maybe an hour and a half. I go on my phone, which I'm trying not to do anymore. But I just get so bored sitting there that I just go on my phone, or I'll put on my laptop and play Netflix or whatever until I fall asleep. But those first 2 weeks that I quit caffeine, like once I laid my head on that pillow, I was out. Like, I was not waking up. And it was also good because on the third day, my headache went away completely. I had no headache when I woke up. So I woke up in the morning and I just felt so good because I had this beautifully long sleep. I had no headache. So I woke up and I was in a really good mood. Some other things that I noticed too was my anxiety felt like it went down a lot. Normally I'm really stressing about things. I may not show it, but often ruminating. I just feel quite anxious about things. I'm really working on it, but that's the reality of my brain right now. But yeah, I felt like my anxiety decreased a lot, which just felt really good. And just for that, I don't think I'm gonna drink coffee as much anymore because I still feel like that. The first week, I'd say it was really difficult to focus, but after that, I just felt more productive and more focused, which I felt was really surprising because I didn't think I would experience these things so soon. However, I jinxed myself because since I'd say around the middle of week 2, was when I started to get insomnia, and I still have insomnia right now. And yes, last night was one of the few nights I actually fully slept. I was not expecting that symptom at all. I'll lay down, I'll go to bed right away like I normally have since quitting caffeine, but I'll wake up after 2 to 3 hours. I cannot go back to sleep. I'd be laying in my bed trying to make myself tired, but I couldn't. That was really frustrating. The good things that I felt from quitting caffeine in the beginning was gone, like, because I'm just so tired that I don't feel productive, I don't feel energized. Not only do I still have insomnia from quitting caffeine, I also have incredibly vivid nightmares every single night. Yeah. Yeah, it's just been not fun, like vivid dreams. I remember I even tried to break my split sleep by staying awake when I woke up. So I think I went to bed at 10 p.m. I woke up at 1 a.m. in the morning and I just stayed up. I just stayed up the whole night because I'm like, okay, maybe I just have split sleep because I'm just so used to waking up in the middle of the night. But no, like, it didn't help at all. It just made me more tired. And yeah, since then I still have broken sleep, minus last night and probably a few other nights. Like, it's not every single day, but it's mostly every day, which is annoying. I could really go for a coffee right now. Oh, I should probably say, so after the challenge was done, I had coffee on 2 occasions after I finished my 30-day challenge. Didn't vlog it or anything, but one of them was when I went to Scotland and I had to drive for, I think it was 6 hours almost to get to this place that we were going to for a scuba diving trip. And I was so tired because it was 11 p.m. at night. I go to bed normally at 9. And I was like, okay, I can't stay up. I need some coffee because I'm gonna fall asleep and I don't want to drive tired, you know? So I had like 2 to 3 shots of espresso from Starbucks. When I say this is the first time in years I felt the effects of caffeine, because when you drink it every single day, you don't feel the effects really. You don't feel like awakened like you used to before. You kind of just drink to get rid of the tired headache feeling. So this time around, like when I drank the coffee, because I didn't have it for so long, I was alert, I was awake, and I couldn't fall asleep that night. I was so wide awake that I could not fall asleep. I went to bed, I think we got there around 12 or 12:30 at night, I don't remember. And I couldn't fall asleep for hours after that. It was so strong. Even when I was drinking coffee, I was not experiencing that kind of alertness. Like, I would have coffee when I would pull all-nighters for my final exams in school, but they didn't really help. It was more of the lighting that would help me because I could fall asleep right away after. Seeing how strong coffee was weird. And another thing that I noticed too, I had a Tim Hortons coffee. You probably saw it in my last vlog if you watched that vlog. And when I had that ice cap, the next day I felt really anxious. I can only describe the feeling of anxiousness like impending doom. It's where you feel like something really bad happened the day before, but you don't know what it is, but all you feel like is it's gonna ruin your life. Experiencing that, I realized that I think coffee does cause anxiety in me. I'd say my body is very sensitive to stimulants, like even alcohol. I used to drink alcohol when I was younger, like no problem. But now, even if I have social drinks, the next day I will also feel impending doom. I have like a hangxiety, and it just doesn't even feel good. Like, it makes me not want to drink anymore, even socially, which really sucks, you know. I don't want to be that boring person, but I just hate feeling like that. And yeah, coffee does make me feel like that too. So after those two experiences, I was like, maybe I won't drink coffee like I did before. Maybe it's good for me just to limit it and only use it when I need it. You know what I mean? So instead of having it every single day, actually reserve coffee for those days where I'm really tired and I need it, or I'm pulling an all-nighter and I really do need to stay awake, coffee. Or if I want chocolate, I'll have chocolate, but I don't think I'm ever gonna go back to drinking coffee every day. Like, I'm just gonna stick with my herbal teas. So that's not to say that coffee's bad, coffee's good. The studies are inconclusive right now. If you don't feel coffee has any negative effect on your life, then there's really no need to stop drinking it. I don't think it's particularly harmful. It's kind of just like your decision. What do you think? If you feel it's not having any negative impacts on your mood or causing you anxious feelings, like, I don't think there's any harm in continue having caffeine. I think if you're somebody like me where you feel really anxious a lot, you get stressed out easily, like, maybe try it for a couple days. I don't know if I've convinced anyone to do it, because who the hell wants insomnia? You know? But yeah, I think 30 days is probably a little too short for me to make this video. But I just thought I'd make it anyways, just so you know what it's like and what to really expect, because I don't see a lot of people talking about it. And if my sleep pattern regulates, which I know it will, it's just a withdrawal symptom. If my sleep goes back to that baby sleep that I had in the first 2 weeks, I will ride this out. Like, it was amazing. Try just for 30 days to quit caffeine and see what happens. Maybe don't do it if you have an important project or presentation, whatever coming up. I'd probably wait until after that's done, because you don't want to risk it. The first week is not fun. So yeah, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this random video. If you did, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. I will be posting some exciting content coming up, such as something food related, which I haven't made in a long time. And I also have my graduation vlog coming up soon. So if you guys want to watch that, subscribe, put on the bell notifications, and I'll see you guys next week for another video. Bye!